Hey guys, so the fact that I keep filming these even though nobody even knows the channel exists or watches them is pretty funny. Just because it's like I greet a group of people that aren't out there. So yeah, just, I don't know. It is what it is. Anyway, so today is December 19th, 2017. So what that means is not only did I survive the liquid diet, which honestly just became a way for me to not really eat, but I survived RNY surgery. So I had my surgery a week ago today at Rockwood Medical Center in Spokane, Washington, with Dr. Rollins. It went really well, so I'm not going to jinx it, but I actually didn't really have any complications or issues, which is weird because I normally not only do terribly with surgery, but I tend to have reactions to things like anesthesia and wound healing and lots of awesome things like that that are actually required for even minor surgeries. So let's fingers crossed that that's not going to happen. The worst things that actually happened were one, I had a skin reaction, allergic reaction, whatever, to anesthesia, or to not anesthesia, to the pain pump, which I think was like dilaudid. But basically, it made me really, really itchy for like 2 days. And so it's a week later, my back and my neck are covered in scratches. I look like I got mauled by a cat. So thankfully, they were able to give me Benadryl. But the Benadryl then knocked me out. So one of the big problems I had was basically I was on a pain pump, and so what that is pain medication is self-dosed, self-applied through my IV. So every, I think, 10 minutes, I could press the button and I would get a certain amount of dilaudid in my IV, and it would help with pain. The problem is, one, the Benadryl kept knocking me out, so I didn't really have the opportunity to push the button as much as I probably should. So I would basically push the button. Benadryl would knock me out. I would wake up 4 hours later. Around the time the nurse would come in and ask me what my pain levels were, I would tell her my pain levels would be too high because I'd just woken up. She would get cranky, and then I would push the button, and she would give me more Benadryl, and then I would fall back asleep. So vicious cycle. So once I had the second dose of Benadryl, we just stopped that. The other thing, though, was because I was sleeping so much, it was really hard for me to get in fluid. Apparently, all popsicles, sugar-free popsicles, are the devil now. Apparently, I only like orange ones, which is really weird. Like grape used to be my favorite, not so much. But so I had water with Crystal Light packets in it, and apparently, like whether I use flavorings in water or have plain water, I have a really hard time getting it down. So once I was cleared to go home, things got way better. I switched to Powerade Zero and herbal teas and sugar-free juice. That's the other one, sugar-free juice. And I've been able to drink all of those no problem. I've hit my fluid goal pretty much every day. Actually, today I had a bottle of water, which is the first time I've been able to drink water since surgery successfully, which is great. The other thing I've noticed that's weird, other than the popsicles and that water is like no bueno, Jello is not really that great. My mom made lime Jello, and I took like 2 bites and I can't do it. Things that are really aspartame tasting, can't do it. So background, I think I mentioned, I might not have mentioned, but I'm 34 years old. I've basically been on a diet since I was like 7. So my whole life I've had sugar substitutes and sugar alcohol. Like, I don't really know what regular soda tastes like. Most of the candy and stuff I would get would be sugar free. So like sugar substitutes and sugar alcohols have never bothered me. It's what I knew. Apparently, you have a gastric bypass, and everything your taste buds know is totally different. So, since clearing full liquids post-op, one of the things I could have is light yogurt, which is super exciting because it's not a protein shake. So cool. So my mom buys Activia, not something I ever really liked pre-op, but she bought it. It was in the house. We figured it would be a good excuse for me to try yogurt to see if my stomach was okay with it. And so she like popped one open and I took a bite. And guys, like, not even kidding, it tasted like weirdly sweet lemon sour cream. I think it was vanilla Activia, which makes it even weirder, but I took a bite and practically gagged on how sweet it was. So I had a couple of plain baby food pouches because it's variety. I actually took a pouch of baby food stage 1 plums and mixed it in with the yogurt to make it less sweet and more earthy, and then I could eat it just fine. Sugar-free popsicles are another one. There was something else. I don't remember, but it's really weird. It's like my body doesn't like really fake sugary things. Like stevia I'm fine with. Splenda I still seem to be fine with. Truvia seems to be okay. But like sucralose or aspartame? Ooh. I don't know what it is. It's really weird. And I need to drink something. So sorry, that's like bouncing around like crazy. This was another thing. So this is diet cranberry grape juice. Normally I drink regular juices or diet juices. I mix it with water because I don't like things that are super sweet even before. Did that, could barely get down a glass about this size in 4 hours. Drink it straight, not a problem. Also, I'm really bad at remembering not to take big sips because gulps hurt. I know this is all like extra information nobody needs to know about or care. Okay, so let's backtrack since shaky camera work. Let's backtrack to the liquid diet. So I did end up losing about 10 pounds on the liquid diet. I did struggle with getting in enough shakes. I think over the 13-day period. So my program had needed 5 to 6 shakes a day. Over the 13-day period, I had 3 days where I got 5 shakes. I had 4 days where I had 3 shakes. And then I think the other like 6 days I got 4 shakes in. So very rarely did I actually meet the requirements, which is part of the reason why I probably lost that much. I did drink a crap ton of broth. Like, broth was my best friend. I ate a lot of Jell-O, sugar-free Jell-O, which almost makes it funnier now that I'm like, nope. But since being on full liquids, I haven't really had any broth. Like, I've had a lot of soup, like cream of soups that are strained. And I made, before surgery, I made a roasted vegetable soup that I pureed and strained with bone broth that I made in my Instant Pot. And I've been eating a lot of that. V8 I've been having a lot of. But, like, I think I've had 1 popsicle. I think I've had, like, 3 bites of Jell-O. I haven't had practically any broth. It's so weird. So, like, that's really strange. I think I'm going to try yogurt again tomorrow, and it'll be a different brand, and hopefully I won't hate it. Because yogurt was always, like, a decently big part of my diet. I don't know. My roommate actually took me grocery shopping today. And so I bought some stuff for when I'm cleared for purees, which is a week from tomorrow. So I'm actually super excited because I miss things like meat and seafood. And I miss vegetables. I really miss vegetables, which is probably why I'm eating the crap out of that pureed soup. Although it probably doesn't really matter when you're only eating food a quarter cup at a time. It's almost funny. So anyways, the other weird thing is I have a really hard time. I'm supposed to drink 1 protein shake or sip on a protein shake throughout the day. If I do a pre-made protein shake, I can get through half of it over a day. If I make a protein shake, I can drink it in like 2 hours. So apparently my pouch is bougie and only wants stuff that is made by hand and like artisanal and all the effort goes into it. Apparently it just doesn't want pre-made anything, which convenient. Anyways, okay. So for the pureed phase, The plan moving forward, at least for now, at least until I could see if my pouch is a temperamental princess, which I'm hoping it's not, because that'll make things awkward. So my plan is to do a ricotta bake. So fat-free ricotta, light mozzarella cheese, marinara sauce that I made a couple of days ago because I was really bored and wanted to cook. And baking that and seeing if my belly likes that. I also bought stuff to make crab salad and buffalo chicken dip, salad spread, whatever. I mean, it's dip that I'll eat with a spoon. So I have the crab salad stuff, and I have the ricotta baked stuff, and I have the buffalo chicken stuff. And I also bought 3 kinds of non-fat refried beans. So I think there's like a lime and green chili and a salsa and a plain. And so I also have light or fat-free cheddar cheese and plain Greek yogurt to go on, plain non-fat Greek yogurt to go on that. So I mean, that's 4 things that we can try straight out of the gate. I'll be on Pureed Foods for like 3 weeks. So hopefully that'll at least give us a good starting point of figuring out what my pouch will actually like. I'm really freaked out that I'm going to take like bites of things and get super sick. Like, I got asked on a date to go to a movie and for like Korean barbecue. And I had to tell this poor guy, like, give it 5 weeks because right now I can't really sit for long periods of time. Oh, and I can't eat because I had surgery. So he hasn't asked what surgery it is, but it's still really weird that like that's not setting off any warning bells. But yeah, so next week will probably be trial and error to figure out what my body doesn't reject. I have started to learn what my hunger and full cues are, which is funny. So apparently when I get full, which some days is a lot more than others, when I get full, either my nose will run or I'll start like getting hiccups. Does anybody else get hiccups or like a runny nose? Is it just me? Because that feels super weird. There's been a couple of days this week. Today was one of them. The worst was like 3 days ago. I would take a couple of bites or a couple of sips of something, and all of a sudden my nose would start running. And I would give it like 6, 7, 8 minutes, and then I would take another sip because I would forget because I have the memory of a pigeon. And I'm sure somebody's going to message me this big thing about how pigeons have super long memories. This is where we're going with. But I would forget, and I would take a sip, and I would feel so full and start hiccuping. And so I think that day I got down like 2 out of the 6 meals I'm supposed to have. 2 out of the 4 to 6 meals I'm supposed to have. And I think I got in maybe like 40 ounces of fluid. And I'm supposed to have between like 48 and 64 ounces of fluid a day. Thankfully, some of the stuff I got in actually counted as fluid, so that was fine. But it's just, it's so weird. As for weight, I don't think I've lost any weight, but it's like a week out of surgery. And if I had to bet, there was probably like 10 or 15 pounds worth of fluid and gas pumped into me. So, I mean, I'm not really expecting much. I actually go to see my surgeon for my 2-week post-op appointment a week from tomorrow. So it's the same time I start Pureed Foods. So it'll be interesting what I weigh in at, or if like I'm doing the right things. I don't know. I'm trying not to be like crazy OCD about this because like legit this is the rest of my life. And if I can't do it without freaking out now, like we're in trouble. The couple of things that I will brag on myself about, because this seems to be something some people struggle with, and I feel like I'm doing awesome, is one, I've needed very little pain management. So I've been on liquid oxy since I got home. That's basically my surgeon's preferred way of pain control. And I can take 5 to 15 milliliters of oxy every 4 hours. Legit since coming home. So since last Thursday, I've probably taken about 50 milliliters over a 24-hour period. Yesterday, I think I took 5 milliliters over a 24-hour period. I took liquid Tylenol for a headache. And then today, I don't think I've had any yet. I don't think I've had any liquid Tylenol or liquid Oxy. I think the last time I had anything was Oxy at like 2 a.m. because I woke up and my mom told me to take pain medication because she says I was grimacing in my sleep. And while I don't believe that I was in that much pain, if you know anything about moms, especially like Jewish moms, you don't argue, and sometimes you just take the pain medication because moms. So yeah, it's been, I don't know what time it is. I'm looking around. I don't even have a clock in my room. I'm assuming it's been like 20 hours or something, and I haven't had any pain medication, and I wore jeans today. So that's pretty exciting. The other thing is, I started my vitamins on Friday, so December 15th, so 3 days after surgery. And guys, between vitamins and calcium, I take 5 a day. So I take calcium in the morning, then my multivitamin, then calcium 3 hours later, then my multivitamin 3 hours later, and then calcium 3 hours later. I have not missed a single dose. And like, I haven't even been late on them. Like, that's really exciting considering I have to take these the rest of my life. Camera angles. So this is my multi, and it's a chewable, so please don't freak out that it's literally like the size of my nose. They're not bad. My calciums are these are less good, but it's medicine. It's just a way to make sure my body keeps doing what it should be doing, because I made the decision to get a fancy, expensive stomach that changes the way it does what it needs to do. So I'm pretty excited that I haven't missed a dose yet. I'm sure that at some point I will miss all the doses, but for right now we're good. Also, I did not bring 95% of the crap I brought with me to the hospital, and I honestly just brought the bare minimum my surgeon recommended. What I would recommend getting, and I think this is probably true whether you have the sleeve or the bypass, before you go to the hospital, make sure you buy yourself a heating pad. So these are fantastic. I've used it pretty much constantly since being home. When I sleep, though, is when it's been really helpful. So a lot of people complain that it can take them 5 days to a few months to be able to sleep on their side. I am a side sleeper, and I toss and turn a lot of my sleep. And I've legit been sleeping on my side since coming home. So basically, I take my heating blanket, and I know it's really hard to see. I'm so not good at this. Okay, so I wrap this around me, and then I have a pillow somewhere. It's probably under my blankets because I am not good at this. Okay, so I also have a pillow, and then I put the pillow over my heating blanket so I can kind of like hug it like this, and then I curl around it, and then I go to sleep. And I've had not that much swelling on my stomach. I haven't really woken up in the middle of the night. I think other than the first couple of days, I've been able to sleep in like 4 or 5 hour stretches. And I haven't had any irritation on my incisions or anything like that. My incisions still weird me out. I don't know what I expected them to look like. So the only other time I'd had laparoscopic surgery is I had a tubal ligation about 4 years ago. And the incision is inside my belly button. Like, you would have to go into my belly button to even notice that there was something there. And you probably wouldn't even notice it. So that's how small that is. So I would guess I was expecting really tiny incisions, and I kind of look like I've been stabbed a bunch of times, which, I mean, again, like, I don't know what I was expecting, but clearly it wasn't that. So I'm a little self-conscious about my incisions. I'm not somebody who's really had body issues for a really long time. Like, I'm a big girl, I'm fat, like, you can kind of tell what you see under my clothes just by guessing at my size. But there's something about those incisions that just, they don't make you feel pretty. So hopefully they go away, or they fade down, or they reduce down a lot as they heal. I get it. It's week 1. They're going to look at their worst. They're going to look all bruised and stuff like that. And they look like they're healing fine. But I really hope they fade, because they make me really self-conscious. So fingers crossed that those go away. So yeah, this video is longer than I think the 3 other videos combined. So, I mean, if anybody does ever watch this, real sorry, not a pro. I don't know. I'm sure I'll make more videos because every time that I say that I won't, I do. I don't know how regular they are or what I'd even talk about because, like, there's a million YouTubers who make these videos, and a lot of them are a lot better and more concise than I am sitting in my bedroom on my iPhone. But I don't know. Maybe at some point it'll help somebody, or it'll be good looking back. I'll probably make another video after I'm home from my surgeon's office. So at least I could be like, hey, so he said I'm not dying. Everything looks great. Like, this is how much weight I've lost. Blah, 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 blah. But, I mean, if anybody does find this and you have questions, like, feel free to post it in the comment box below. And otherwise, I will see you in like a week. Have a great day.